Hi, and thank you for tuning in to Divine Muse Messages. This is going to be a lunar eclipse tarot reading for the sign of Cancer. That's going to be Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus for the sign of Cancer. Please check your signs if you do not resonate with these messages. And if you do, please go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and share button so I can reach other viewers that may need to hear these messages as well. Also, if you're a cross watcher, please stay, as roles could always be in reverse, so you may find use from these messages if you are dealing with a Cancer. Okay, Cancer, so first thing I had was this morning, I had some downloads for you that the universe wanted you to be aware of. Libra is going to be kind of combating with Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer, so that speaks about all of our past pain, trauma, childhood stuff that we've stored in our subconscious from our childhood, things that have really hurt us. So just be aware of that. Libra is the balancing sign, so she's going to be going in there and trying to heal those wounds or whatever kind of work it is that Libras do in that area. So just be aware that that issue could be causing you a little bit of frustration, aggravation, and energy that's very impatient. But be aware that also a lot of other people are going to be going through this same type of energy. This lunar eclipse is going to be a big shift for a lot of people. So just try to have a little bit of patience and understanding with others. But the recommended safety zone for you this week is going to be at home. So just be, not saying don't go out, don't do stuff. Just if you're starting to feel like a little bit on edge or aggravated, just maybe pull back a little bit from going out and interacting, because there is a big chance that you could end up becoming very snappy or hurting somebody's feelings. And the universe is asking you just to try to avoid that at this time. Okay, so let me go ahead and get you started with your lunar eclipse reading. So a lunar eclipse, and give you a little bit of information about the lunar eclipse. A lunar eclipse is when the sun, moon, and earth are in alignment with the earth between the sun and the moon. This only happens on a full moon, with the sun and the moon opposing each other. Energetically, this is like a mega full moon. It's associated with major world events, and it can bring up a ton of emotions. A lunar eclipse is the perfect time to do some personal reflection and let go of anything holding you back. So as this lunar eclipse happens, just remember this is affecting everybody. And this type of event usually talks about major events occurring, like major world events. So don't be surprised if something major happens in the universe in the next couple days. Cancer, we're going to read a little bit about your sign just to get you a little bit of information. Cancers are symbolized by the crab, which they seek shelter in their own shell. Cancers will feel most supported in the comforts of their own home. Known for being intuitive, sensitive, and attuned to the cycles of the moon, they are often artistically and musically inclined. They are extremely loyal and protective of those that they love, so much so that it can be hard for them to pull away from their loved ones. Don't you dare mess with their friend or family, or else you will get the Cancer pinchers. So Cancer, that's just a little bit of information to help kind of, express what kind of sign you are. So your sign's very intuitive, very emotional, not in a bad sense, but you are connected to the moon, so your emotions go with the moon cycles. So the overall message or energy that I have surrounding your reading was the Chariot. So as the Chariot being the overall message for your reading, I'm getting a little bit of insight into that, maybe meaning that you're going to be going through some type of obstacle that you will be overcoming. The Chariot is talking about overcoming, triumph, victory. So whatever it is that's going to be taking place, the overall energy was victory. So that's a very good message for you. Okay, so from the Spirits and Shadow deck, I just pulled one card just to see, what kind of shadow energy would be lingering around you during this lunar eclipse. And what I got was the Aristocrat. So the Aristocrat speaks about feeling as though you are not so much entitled, but that you belong to this hierarchy of family or of a group or something. And so that speaks about ego, the ego, power struggles, and letting go of your ego. It seems that you're having some issues with that, Cancer. So we're going to get a little bit more insight into that here when I get back into your reading. But first, I wanted to just also let you know that I did go ahead and pull a Divine Mother card for you, since this time is considered a pretty dark event that's occurring, I went ahead and got a Dark Mother energy protector for you. And the card I got was the Kali Mahamaya. And Kali Mahamaya speaks about reassessing somebody's justices and coming out to either one, reprimand and correct certain things that you've done, or correct and reevaluate the injustices that have been done to you. So she did pop out, and what I was getting from that message is that there maybe has been some injustice that has been done to you. It didn't feel like it was so much you against somebody else. It definitely looks like something has happened where you may have been falsely accused of something, or there may be some type of lie or manipulative tactic that somebody used to try to deliberately sabotage you. So rest assured that during this lunar eclipse, Kali Mahamaya, the energy of the Divine Mother, is going to intervene and step in on your behalf, Cancer. And she's going to reassess the injustice or false accusations that were being conducted or held against you. And the overall energy was the Chariot. So that does look like a very wonderful resolution, victory, and outcome. So I don't know exactly who that message is for, but whoever it is for, that's the message I had for you. Just know that your justice is coming. So I'm going to go ahead and just pull 3 cards so that we can see kind of more or less the overall reading for your lunar eclipse. Cancer, I'm getting is just a lot of intuitive internal work that you're going to be needing to focus on, involving you and how you treat people when it comes to relationships. And Mahamaya is also very capable of taking out and purging us of the darker energies that we hold on to that no longer serve us. Okay. And so, all right, so the card that I got for you here for your lunar eclipse insight. So we wanted to get a little bit of insight on about the aristocrat and why was that energy coming through. And so what I got for you was, we have the Judgment card, the 9 of Swords, the Sun, the Emperor, and the 2 of Cups. Okay, so the aristocrat is definitely coming out because you're giving out some type of harsh criticism, judgment, or maybe you're allowing your ego to block you from receiving the love or the relationship that you're seeking with the 2 of Cups. The 2 of Cups is going to be unity, unity and harmony and divine. The Sun is going to be beautiful, shining the light on those energies and bringing out the beauty of a relationship. Maybe it's one that you're currently in, or some relationship that's coming your way. But before that relationship can receive its blessings from the Sun, the Judgment card is here with the 9 of Swords. And I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot deck. Sorry, it's my dog. And in that deck, this is the 9 of Swords. And so what the 9 of Swords kind of speaks of is chaos. Chaos and how can I say, you're just sticking the sword in wherever it will go. So if something is bothering you, you're becoming judgmental, critical, and you're jabbing back at the person with your words or how you treat them. So that's going to be a big issue that they're asking you to work on during this time. This is the time to purge and release old traits that are not serving you. Our purpose here on earth, we may not know it, and we may search for it for the rest of our lives, but we can definitely say that it was not meant to be destructive or harmful to others. I don't believe that. So Cancer, you are one of the most passionate, loving, serving of others sign. But when your sign is feeling wronged or feeling as though somebody has done something wrong to them, they will internalize that and emotionally, poof, they will blow. So before that happens, just take a minute to reflect back, check your emotions, and make sure they're even valid. If somebody is just doing something so small that it's just something irritating you that they cannot control, it's part of their characteristics, let it go. Now, if it's something that they're doing that's personally harming you or treating you in some way, then you need to go down the list of discussing whether they're even somebody that's worth putting that effort into. Relationships are about compromising where you can, not compromising things that you should not have to compromise. So the next and final card to elaborate was the Emperor. Now, the Emperor energy speaks about getting your emotions under control, understanding the other person, having empathy and understanding for the fact that we're not the only ones that go through trauma and painful events. So having a little bit of open empathy for others, but also being aware that Cancer, you need to stay in the Emperor energy of being sure of yourself. When you become doubtful of yourself, you lead yourself into relationships or interactions that become detrimental almost to you, or how should I say, they take you out of your element and they make you feel as though you need to bow down to others. And maybe not so much in a bowing down sense, but you almost feel as though you have to put in this extra work for these people that want you to show them that you worship them or idolize them in a way. And that's not what the universe wants. You are a sign that has so much love to give, and seeking to find it in everybody that you come across is not going to help you find it. You must first find it within yourself. That big heart of yours, Cancer, is covered and masked by some pain, some trauma, some heartache, some things that you've gone through, which have now led you to where we are here, with a block in your relationship and love department. So to release that block, you're going to need to allow the Mother, Kali Mahamaya, to do her work first when it comes to clearing up false allegations or things that are hindering you. And then you're going to need to dig deep within yourself and pull out the traits that you've picked up because of the injustice that are not truly yours. What I mean by that is sometimes if we're wronged, say that we're going somewhere and somebody breaks into our car. We get to our car and we automatically start freaking out, panicking, or getting angry, upset, usually. Of course, those emotions are expected. But later on, when we're at home, we should not begin to call ourselves idiots or say that we're stupid because we left our car unlocked or whatever it is that our mind is trying to fill us with that is lies. That is trying to take that incident and it's trying to now infect you with a demonic host. Not so much demonic, but it's bad. It's a dark energy that's going to infiltrate your mind and set you into low vibrational energy of usually self-criticism. So don't allow what others do to you cause you to hurt you. Don't take the injustices that are done to you by other people as something that you brought upon yourself. That's not true. You did not bring these things upon yourself. So release that guilt about, at least from that angle. And then try to understand what is the energy that brought this type of incident to you. It may be the energy that you're carrying that shows that your ego is thinking that you're or portraying yourself as some badass or somebody that's just inconsiderate of other people, which would lead you to attract some darker energies. So try to raise your vibration. Step into the sunlight. Step into the sunlight, embrace the beauty, and celebrate with somebody, the Two of Cups. In your relationship, join together with them. If there's issues that are taking place, maybe asking them how you can help them or expressing how it's bothering you, and let's communicate. Communication is going to be what you need to do to resolve issues within the relationship. Okay. So the energy that I have for you for the sign that you may be dealing with, I have Scorpio. So whether you're dealing with the Scorpio sign or whether there's Scorpio in your chart or energy around you, there is some type of Scorpiotic energy that is in your energy field. So you may want to look a little bit into that. If the person you're dealing with is a Scorpio, maybe read about how you can understand Scorpios a little bit better, because they can be misunderstood very often. And Cancer, you can be very sensitive at times, and Scorpios can be very cold. So just read a little bit into Scorpio traits. You may need to embody some, or you may need to understand them. Okay? And I'm ending your reading with a Starseed Oracle message. So the last two cards I have for you, Cancer, is your star ancestors. There are hidden secrets, lost wisdom. You must look a little deeper within your ancestral history. Have you ever taken the moment to dig into the messages that your past relatives have left for you? Your star family, you are part of a team of souls. Your ancestral soul family is asking you to call them for support. So it's pretty interesting that both of those cards are asking you to reach out to your ancestors, your divine guides, and your spiritual army, Cancer. So that may be what you ultimately need to really consider, is calling on those that have passed on, your grandmothers, your passed on loved ones. They are still present and they can assist you, and they try to, but we have to allow them. So opening up to them and asking them for assistance, you will receive the guidance through synchronicities, music, signs, and symbols. Okay, Cancer, so that's what I have for you for this lunar eclipse, and I hope this helps. Please help by liking, subscribing, and share, and thank you so much.